Well, good morning. Today I am starting another project. I'm restoring this bread knife. This is a guillotine type bread knife used on rye bread. They started getting built back in the 1800s. These are very old, but they're real good. My dad had one for forever and ever. And my sister now has that one, and now I have this one, and it's going to be refurbished and brought back to life, and the blade sharpened, and I will keep you updated on it. It's like I say, it's a guillotine type. It's meant not for white bread. For those that are unfamiliar, this is for a heavy rye. We bake that here. It's a Danish sandwich. It's Scandinavian. I think the Germans have a version, pumpernickel, I believe. But yeah, so fun little project. Save a few bucks and restore something back to what it needs to be. You can find lots of restorations of these on online. Mine won't be quite as dramatic. I am missing some tools I used to have, but I downsized, so we're going to do this old school, and it might take a few days. All right, and in the magic, as they say, of camera and time lapse, it's done. I know I didn't show you a lot on this project, only simply because it kind of went sideways a little bit. I had originally going to do these letters as I had spoken about, but I opted not to. You got to understand that I'm not building this for it to be a shelf ornament. I've already tested it on our rye bread, our Danish rye bread, and it cuts fantastically. It is nasty sharp. Very nasty sharp. Yes, there is a screw missing, and I'm going to have to search for that because it's awful tiny. As you can see, it can't stick out the other side or I'd rub up against the edges. That only gives it a couple of threads. The oak has been finished in a butcher block finish. The handle here, as you can see, we ended up using a nut and bolt. And the reason for that is that the pin I worked on forever trying to get it to go back in. And the problem I had was it hardened up and then it's soft. So when I hit it, it bent because you have to mushroom the end back to make it work. So that was a problem. Everything else went real easy. I did a wire wheel on the whole thing because I don't have a sandblaster anymore. And then put the handle into a longer one of these bolts, put it in my drill, and used the drill as a mini lathe and lathed that down. Everything else, pretty much easy peasy. That little thing down there is what tells you where the stop is to cut the bread. She works fantastically. Got nice even cuts on our bread. So now we put her on the shelf in the baking room, and we will use her from now on. No more knives. This is the tab.